Question in the back there.
Hi, John Mulholland from Exciting Minds. One of the things that we're really interested in is the relationship between online and real world, and we don't seem to have touched on that today. It's
Elaborate.
in as much as Spotify, all these things, they're about communicating through the digital medium, but the relationship surely is between the music in the real world and the digital world, and that relationship is something we haven't really kind of touched on. I want you guys to give us some feedback on what you see the relationship being now and in the future.
Not clear on.
Yeah,
Give
yeah.
us a no. Seriously, I'm losing you there. Give me an example
Well-
of what would be an ideal situation for you.
Well, the dance music is something that you have to experience yourself. I mean, you have to
Right.
be in the environment. You feel the vibe of the experience, and then obviously there's a relationship afterwards and before with the internet.
Right.
And how is that relationship going to be managed, and what do you guys see that relationship being? I mean, this is a branding issue. This is from the smallest guy through to the top guy. Whatever it is it's about that relationship and continuing that relationship, but also about the relationship in the real world when people actually experience the music. Because the music shouldn't just be something that's online.
Right.
Otherwise,
Well, I think we'd all agree that Red Bull and vodka is better at Pasha than it is in your living room.
Yeah.
But beyond that, thoughts?
Can I mean, okay. I
Go ahead.
was just going to say from a hardware point of view, we recognise that things are changing in the market, and we want to marry the best of what we have developed over the years in terms of DJ equipment with equipment that will take advantage of these new the advances and downloaded music. So things will be adapted so that for the convenience of DJs, for the convenience of club installers, the equipment, the hardware will be there, enabling DJs to use the downloaded music more easily, more conveniently. So that's one area where we certainly see digital music and the whole future very positively.
Okay. There's another question that was right
Can
there.
I just? I mean, I come from Ireland, and originally there was, you go into a pub, you experience music on a very personal level, and the freedom of music is something that is very, guys will turn up to a pub. Someone might play, a fiddle. Someone might play the drums. Whatever
Right.
it is that experience is very real. And for me, there's an opportunity there between the relationship with real music and getting that. And the freedom of music, the music being free.
I mean, I find your question is really huge. I mean, online and real-world music is such a big theme that had so many different aspects. I mean, of course, there is already an interaction. If you're a star in the digital world, you have a #1 hit on the platforms, your booking fees will be much higher. So there's also a connection in this music field, in this business field. You have connections from a technical side. You can try to use real world music as promotion tools also, but our experience is that it's very difficult because of the different media, and the marketing spending is not very efficient. So it's more sophisticated and indirect interaction. I would also say that we have this live event players who are trying to stream the big events, and there's connections to this live scene. And my personal feeling is also that we should do more for the club users to get them an easier access to the digital music scene. That it means many guys, they're going in the club, millions of people, so it's a really large audience, and they love the music and they think, wow, that's so great, this title, I want to have it, but they don't know the title and the artist maybe. And I think it's a huge challenge, but also with a potentially very high return if it's possible to get these users to the digital music scene. And so we see that community functions like playlists and stuff like that are suitable instruments to get the information to the club users how they can buy this music, because I'm sure that they are willing to pay 10 euros or 15 euros for this mix that they heard last Saturday in their club, if they just can know where they can get it. And this is really a huge task, and there are big potentials in this market.
I think the thing I'd point you to, in my mind, you want to see the biggest connection between digital and real world is the existence now of Shazam, which I'm assuming most people are familiar with, the digital tagging identification company that will allow you to take your phone, turn it into a microphone, take in 15 seconds of the track that you're listening to, and it'll tell you what it is, and it'll also give you a link to iTunes currently to buy it. But that will change down the road as more electronic retailers do deals like this, get that electronic music tag, and then allow people in the club to identify what they're hearing and then buy it. That connection is another one of the big issues I was talking about. If people are walking away with issues to think about out of a panel like this, that connection between the consumer and making it easy for them to purchase. I mean, they just spent $5, €5, whatever on a cocktail. Why not spend a tiny bit more on that track that just blew the room up?
Which brings me to, we want to ask a question and throw out to the audience. How many people, which of you feel, and how do we answer, is it button 1, button 2, or how does this work?
One's yes.
One's yes and 2 is no. How many people feel that music ultimately is going to be free? Or do you alternatively feel that there will be a continued market for people that will pay for music? There seems to be this push toward free, and we keep discussing Spotify being free, other services offering free streaming, Pandora, and others. Are we approaching a world where music is ultimately free and funded through advertising? Or will there continue to be a vibrant market for paid-for music by consumers? So 1 yes, 2 no. We'll throw that out there, and then we had a question. Who was the next person? It was right there, right? Okay, you're up.
Thanks. Nice trousers. Do you think we're at a stage then,
Thank you.
summing up?
Oh,
where-
hers. I'm sorry.
I'll stand up then.
Sorry.
Do you think we're at a stage where we can seriously break an artist or a track now without spending any money? Or is there an area where you think particularly still it's wise to put our limited budgets?
You're missing the free iPod giveaway. I'm kidding. Do you feel? What's your thoughts on that? Anybody? You haven't talked much lately. Can you break an artist for free? You're out there doing all this streaming and everything.
Yeah, of
What's
course.
the
I mean,
success
there's
story out
a
there of
perfect
somebody
example
who's
of what
done
I was touching on was deadmau5 before. But I mean, one of the things that you do when you have all these digital options and create an open marketplace, it allows it floods the market. So you have a lot more talent, but eventually the cream rises to the top. I mean, if you're a good enough artist and you take advantage of the distribution tools out there, of course it can be broken. deadmau5 was essentially a bedroom DJ, and now he's one of the top 12 DJ in the world, simply by taking advantage of all the tools that were out there that existed to him. Essentially, he's creating a MySpace music page and just getting as many fans as possible, and trying to let people hear what he's doing. I think if you're doing good work and you let people experience it, then yeah, you can be broken.
What was the ultimate result here, Ben?
Okay, it's 52% no and 47% yes.
Wow, that's close. And that's it. It's a pretty. I would agree. It's a split. That's pretty much where we're at. We don't know yet. So, a couple takeaways here. What are if there's two things for people to think about regarding digital as issues that need to be solved? One we addressed, which was rights, coming up with pan-European licensing. Another thought of something that is a gating factor or something we need to overcome to basically move all this forward. So when we're here next year, we kind of say we've put that by the side. Thoughts?
I was just going to say, given the results of that, then maybe it's breaking away from this sort of either-or mentality we're in at the moment and starting to think of paid for free, whichever model of, subscription, a la carte, whatever it is, thinking of things as complementary rather than one or the other.
Okay. On that note, thanks to the audience, thanks to the panel, thank you for being here. Unless you had something, wait, is it a burning point? I'll stop and give you.
It's just a small question.
Okay, we'll give you 10 seconds, and then Ben's going to yank us off stage.
Okay. Why is it always that when you search for new music, if I like, for example, deadmau5, and I Google the name, and the first 10 pages I get is illegal downloads and ZipShare and everything else. Even though I just Google the name Not even writing C-share or anything.
That's a discussion over lunch. That's kind of crazy. I mean,
No, but
I end up in articles. I'll do an interview with the LA Times, and in the article, there's Google ads next to it for free down. I'm doing an interview about piracy, and so the Google AdWord next to my article about piracy is click here for all the free music you want.
No, my question is, I want to buy the music, and I want
Right.
to see pages like Beatport, I want to see DJ Tunes, Juno, all those sites first. So when you Google an artist you really like, you get the chance first to find the first 10 pages with where you actually can pay for the music. And at the moment, it's all illegal downloads you get when just typing in a name. So is there anything we can do to change that?
I think it's all down to search engine optimization. It depends
Right.
on how a site is coded. A lot of the sites here are coded in Flash, and web crawlers, Google Ads, don't actually see what's coded in Flash. So you have to make a counter site which is coded in HTML, so the web Google crawlers can actually pick up
Well,
what's
that's
up
great
there.
advice. On that note, thanks very much,
Hey,
Ben.
Ted,
Just one more thing, sorry.
We've got a result from the Beatport audience actually on the same questions.
Yeah, this is the Beat Portal blog out there.
Okay.
And we put the same question out to them, and the result we come back is 80% no, 20% yes.
20%. So 80% thinks there still be a paid market for music.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Okay. On that note, everybody, thanks very much. Hope you enjoyed this first panel.